All right, welcome back, kings and queens. Today we are talking Shaduer Sanders. Listen, back up. The boy connected. Shaduer Sanders connected for the first two NFL touchdowns. He was impressive last night. We got to give credit what credit is due as it relates to Shaduer Sanders showing up and showing out in his debut with the Cleveland Browns. Now, listen, I've been saying since day one, since I started covering Shedeur, not long, right? But I've been saying he's going to have to prove himself. He has to. I mean, college ball versus uh, NFL. Now you in the league, completely different rules, completely different leadership. He's no longer under his father. It's just different. We're dealing with politics. We're dealing with leadership. And being a good quarterback is more than how you perform on the field. We got to get those guys in the locker room to respect you as a man and as a leader off the field. You know what I'm saying? And Shedeur was coming in hot. He's coming with the glitz, the glam, the buzz, and then under the umbrella and the shadow of being the son of Deion Primetime Sanders. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a huge disadvantage. I said it before, and I ticked some of you off when I said it, but I don't care. I said what I said. And guess what? Cleveland Browns, they threw him in a game to give him his opportunity to play. Some people had a lot to say about it. In particular, Stephen A. Smith. Be quiet, Stephen. Shut up. I completely disagree with you. Y'all, we're going to talk about it, okay? For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Shiba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
Now, here's the thing. A few days ago, Stephen A. Smith had a lot to say, okay? He had a lot to say regarding he just felt, let me tell you what he said regarding the preseason. He felt like the Cleveland Browns and the owners and the coaches were trying to set Shedeur up to fail. I heavily disagree. This ain't Pony League. Okay? This is for the big boys. He's going to have to get in there. They can't coddle him. They can't give him special privileges. They're doing what they do. But let's take a look at what Stephen had to say. Here we go, y'all.
But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shaduer Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right. I'm going to say it. Okay. Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting against he's been playing against the third unit.
And
he's fourth on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup, and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all.
So it happens everywhere. It happens in most sports. It happens. That doesn't mean you're being set up. Hell, it happens in volleyball. It happens in basketball. Sometimes the coaches wants to make changes on the fly with little to no notice. So are you saying they should give them a notice? And hey, are you okay with this? And if we're going to use you here, then we have to practice you here. No, it is a big boy game. He's going up against grown men. They have to test him psychologically to see, can he handle changes with little to no notice? This is a National Football League. What the hell are you talking about, Stephen? It's not a setup. Is he nimble? Is he quick on his feet? Can he pivot in a moment as a leader, the quarterback on the field? Can I bring you up? Now, y'all can't be asking. You in one breath, you can't ask for them to treat him fairly. And then in another breath, when they throw him in the hot seat and say, let's see what you got, you claim it's a setup. It doesn't make sense to me.
Think about that. So you're just going to throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean,
okay, if you feel like this is what I'm picking up, right? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. If you feel like they're throwing him to the wolves, are you saying you don't feel like Shedeur is ready? You don't feel like he's ready? He's underdeveloped? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that. But he doesn't. And then all of a sudden he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail.
I think it's too much of a conspiracy theory, to be honest with you. Now, I will say this. I do believe there's some market strategy in there for the Cleveland Browns. Hey, let's let them play. I do. I have to be fair. Let's let them play. We're going to fill those seats in preseason. It's a Friday night game. We're going to attract a big crowd. He's a crowd pleaser. People are going to come. I think it's brilliant from a marketing strategy. But if you consider the results of last night and his big debut with the Cleveland Browns, he showed that he is ready. That's the whole point. You don't get ready when you get to the NFL. They drafted you because they deem that you're ready in more ways than one. Yeah, is there a learning curve? Absolutely. But if Deion has done what he's supposed to do as a coach, and then Deion has an advantage because he is a retired former NFL player, Hall of Famer, right? All of that good stuff. He's been under the umbrella of his father's leadership for quite some time. If Deion is that man that we say he is, then Shedeur will be just fine. He's already ready.
I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this. But that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there.
So what? Let's just say if it is a setup. You know what? Let me lean into this argument just a little bit. Let's just say you have a really good point. It is a setup. No matter what, he's going to be okay based on last night's outcome. Sometimes you got to get set up to stand up. He's built for it. He's built for it. Stop crying, Steven. He's perfectly fine. Even if it's a setup and the owner did not have, right? Let's just say the owner's agenda was not in alignment with what it was supposed to be as to what you feel like he should be doing with Shedeur. Shedeur still showed up and performed. This makes your argument and your conspiracy theory null and void, Stephen A. Smith.
But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shaduer Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail.
Okay, so that's his take. And I completely disagree with him because if we consider what happened last night, right? First of all, Deion said last night, he's going to be a problem after tonight. I promise you that. That means the boy is ready. He's ready. I didn't know if he was going to be ready, and I argued some of you down, right? My notion was you're going to have to earn it. And the only time, and time will tell when you get on the field, he earned what he got last night, 2 touchdowns. Nobody gave him that. The Panthers didn't give him that. He earned that. That was a great preview of what's to come. Especially, Stephen, since you said, hold on, Stephen, because your argument and your notion was out of 11 practices, Shedeur has been starting and playing against the third unit. So what? So what? This is a man's game. And he still came out and had a great, great debut. Okay? Now, when his dad said he gonna be a problem, we talking about a good problem. We don't need the likes of a Stephen A. Smith talking about a setup. I don't know, y'all. What are your thoughts? He connected for 2 touchdown passes, okay, and a 30-10 win. And they were on the road. Not even at home, on the road. I don't know. If this is a preview, last night, the Browns versus the Panthers, if this was a preview of what's to come next, even if Cleveland didn't want him, sometimes it happens like that, y'all. It's not the end of the world. And Shedeur, he played for most of the first 3 quarters. His pass attempts for 138 yards, he rushed for 19. That's pretty impressive for a rookie in the NFL, a QB, right? And another reason why I kind of hesitate to get on that bandwagon of being set up, because don't we all want PT? Ask every player. Players are dying to get out there. Just let me show you what I can do. Put me out there. Put me on the field. Some of them don't even get that opportunity. So I think we got to be careful what we ask for. To those that are saying he's being set up, he's not being treated fairly, shut up. You already knew what it was. We knew it was going to come with some problems. But at the end of the day, as long as he does what he needs to do on that field, then everybody else will have to eat crow, including the owner. Okay? Because Shedeur finished. with 106 passer rating, okay? He didn't throw an interception. And according to him, when they asked him, he said, I did some good and I did some bad. I did good and bad. He said, I know moving forward, I won't be able, and I won't do the same mistakes I won't make. I think you meant make, Shedeur. He said, I won't do the same mistakes twice. Whatever the decision is, he said, whether I get to play or not, I'm ready. I love the attitude. This shows a lot of maturity over the past few months on the side of Shedeur. I think he's going to be, surprise, surprise, I think he's going to send a shockwave through the NFL. I really do. Because I had my doubts initially. And it had nothing to do with the owners. I wasn't playing the blame game. It had nothing to do with the teams. It had everything to do with Shedeur and what came with him. Everything to do with him and what came with him. That's it. That's it. That's all. He did a great job. When asked, right, he said, I wasn't nervous. He said he wasn't nervous, so I didn't really have too much adrenaline. It was just getting comfortable. Ooh, I love it. I got chills, y'all. He said, I just needed to get comfortable. That's all. There were plenty of games before where I was nervous, but I felt like I knew the answers to the test. Let's go, boy. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. He's showing up as a leader. Let's go talk your shit and make sure there's results on the opposite side of that. He said, I just needed to get comfortable. I needed to get a feel for how the feel. Let me get line of sight of what's going on. Who am I up against? That boy is ready. He helped lead one more touchdown drive in the third quarter. What are we talking about? He threw 2 completions for 25 yards, y'all. He says, I'm uncomfortable being uncomfortable. I got pockets of finding my rhythm, and I got to get into that quicker. But overall, I felt like me out there. That's it. What are we doing? What are you talking about? Steve ain't looking for a handout. He showed up ready. He's ready to prove himself. That's it. That's all. Stephen, I need you to take a back seat and be quiet. In the words of Deion himself, he gonna be a problem after tonight.
Now he's getting an opportunity. The blitz, it's picked up. Sanders has the stop, and it's caught for a touchdown. Caden.